Hello, welcome to Kaiba Health and Life. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich, in the Kaiba Health and Life studios with my beautiful co-host, Lisa Metropolis.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Kristen.
Good morning. Hi, how are you? We're so excited.
So, the rose, I know you don't like when I say it, but I have to go back because we've got some old school mics. We're going way back.
We're going way
Retro.
back.
Retro.
Yes, vintage.
Dr. Ray Rudoni, Emergency Room Medical Director for the McLaren Flint.
Yes.
Hello.
The McLaren Flint. Good morning, ladies.
Welcome, Dr.
Always
Rudoni.
fun to be here.
Yes,
Thanks for having me
yes.
back. Surprised you're having me back, but I'm glad to be here.
We love and adore
love you.
you. And, we've got a lot to talk about. Kids are back to school. Lisa, back to school. You've been school shopping?
Been school shopping, and Kristen, I know your daughter went back today.
Mm-hmm.
And, Dr. Rudoni, so I have a grade schooler, a middle schooler. Kristen has a senior in high school this year.
Don't age me.
That's a
but
whole
okay.
different podcast.
That's a whole different show.
So different age groups for different things you see. It's time.
Well, it's back to school
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and it's injury and ailment time.
Yeah.
It's colds, coughs, flus, injuries in sports, injuries goofing around at parties and doing the things that teenagers do and kids do. And,
High schoolers. Yeah.
and we're fortunate at McLaren Flint that we have a service we can provide these people when they get sick or they get hurt, that we can get them taken care of quickly, efficiently, and with excellent providers. So.
Well, that's what I'm waiting for, Lisa. Like you said, it's all this, angst getting ready for school.
Yes.
Now we've thrown them all into the classroom. Now they're starting the air conditioning. Now they're all around each other. And they're all what I call germ buckets,
Yep.
Dr. Rudoni.
And
so
they bring them home to us, don't they?
They do. So now I'm waiting for cold season to start. Is that pretty accurate?
Yep. And as soon as fall gets here, that's usually when we start to see it.
So what should we do? Because we anticipate it, lots of hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
But should they get treated right away? Because usually you see it starts in the throat or the nose. What do you see when they come in?
Well, again, I think at this time of year, our kids aren't, we're not talking about little ones. We're talking about teenagers, high school students, or minor in college, if you will.
Yes.
And I think most of the time these are viruses, and we know what they are. They're the runny nose, the coughs, the mild headaches, the little bit of a fever. They're punky. They don't feel like doing much for a few
Right.
days. Most of the time you can get through those with just a little a Tylenol, Advil, and water, if you will, and some rest. But, and call your primary care doctor, obviously, first. But if you're in a position where you're worried it's after hours or your primary care doc's not available, and you should run them up to the ER if you need to. Yeah. Clearly.
We talk about that with you quite a bit, is like, when do we take them to the emergency room? When do we take them to the clinic? When do we take them to our primary care?
Yeah.
And usually you say call primary care first.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to start. Always a good way to start. Sure.
Excellent. Well, I will tell you, unless your child closes her foot in the door and there's a possible break, which has happened. I'm not going to say has happened to us, but
I'm not going to say it hasn't.
Thank you. I plead the fifth on that. But I will tell you, Lisa, we went to McLaren Flint.
Yeah.
And we were part of what's called the Fast Track program. Dr. Rudoni, tell us a little bit about McLaren Flint's Fast Track.
Oh, it's an outstanding program. We've had it in place now for over 17 years.
Wow.
And what it is it's a service that we provide our patients that opens at 9 a.m. and closes at 1 a.m., 7 days a week.
Wow.
And we staff it with what we call advanced practice clinicians, which are our physician's assistants and nurse practitioners, all trained in the care of emergency patients. And what we do at triage when you show up is we have a list of predetermined conditions that we think can get you to fast track. And these are people that we think we can take care of and get discharged within 90 minutes. Because we know your time is valuable.
Wow.
And some of these ailments that people have might just require a throat culture or a urine test or a simple x-ray. So we get people back quickly. We get them tended to. We have, orders that we try to do. But our goal is to give them good service, prompt service, and get them out of there in 90 minutes. And that's what we've been able to accomplish. In about 35 to 40 people a day, we push through this service in about 90 minutes or less for everybody.
Wow.
So I will tell you my personal experience, exactly what he said. So when we suspected it was a severe sprain because she could walk on it, but when you don't know, you don't know. And we got right back there. The PA was lovely to us. The nurses were great. And again, we were in and out within 1 hour. And we know, especially within within Flint and within urban population, sometimes those waiting rooms are backed up. And you go there and you expect to wait, honest to goodness, like 24 hours. We were in and out within an hour.
That's incredible. Dr. Rodoni, so many times, personally for me, I haven't felt well. I haven't felt good. Kids are home. And I'm like, maybe I should go to the ER. Haven't eaten anything in a couple days.
Right.
But I think about the waiting room time.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's a problem.
And I think, okay, I my kids can't wait there for 7 hours or 5 hours.
And those are all
That's
good points.
incredible.
And you know what we've just implemented, in addition to the fast track services, you can actually go online now, and you can register for a spot during
that
the day
amazing?
in fast track
What?
by
Wow.
simply going to mclaren.org/Flint ER. It'll take you to a menu where you put in your name, what your problem is, and then pick a time during the day that we're open.
Wow.
Put your name in there and send that email. It goes right to our registration desk
that
in
crazy?
the ER. You show up there and you tell them that, this is Lisa. I registered online in the In Quicker program, and I'm supposed to be here for my 2:15 appointment. They'll do some vitals, get you registered, and take you back.
Wow.
It's outstanding.
that
Is
not-
incredible. That is going to save so many people so much time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We talk about technology. I mean, one of our core values within Kaiba Health and Life is AI, technology, innovation. And, it just baffles me. Even like I said to my daughter, let's go school shopping. They said, order it all online and go
Right.
pick it up at the
Right.
store.
Right.
You're looking now, you can have your fast food delivered. You can have your Taco Bell delivered to you. And now, folks, you can have your emergency room
have your-
services
That's right.
all lined up. It's just fast, easy, and brilliant.
Yep. And we have good processes in place. Again,
Yeah.
if the waiting room gets busy with patients that are a little sicker, if you come in with a problem that we can send you to fast track, we will take you out of line and bring you back, because that system in that area is set up for those patients.
For that
So you don't have to wait in line behind other people that might have sicker problems or bigger
chronic
problems that are going to
issues,
require
yes.
bigger workups. We'll take you right back to fast track.
It speaks volumes also to McLaren's effort in being mindful, working in that mindful practice of their patients, and individuals who don't have that time, like working people and children. And it just speaks so highly to what McLaren is invested in.
Dedicated to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And we've actually studied and we track and trend when patients arrive for these services, which is why we keep it open till 1 a.m.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
people
Yeah.
have to work and they have
That's
to
right.
tend to their children, and they might only have time in the evening to get to see somebody. They don't have time during the day.
That's right.
And we tend to get busier as dinner gets here and
That's
in the
right.
evening hours.
And let's talk about this, Dr. Rudoni. This society is massively busier than any other generation. And oftentimes, we won't go to the emergency room. We won't take care of it. We'll be like, it'll go away. How important is self-care?
Well, I think self-care is important for every aspect of our life, right? I mean, it's eating, it's trying to exercise, it's going to the doctor once a year, it's taking your blood pressure medicine. It's a combination of doing everything in moderation. And it's tough to do that with busy schedules and busy lives. And I think as we start to get older, you've got to pay particular attention to those kinds of things, or, you can find yourself in a world of hurt if you're not careful.
That's right.
I think, Lisa, you brought up the right terminology of being mindful. Mindful because we're on the go and we're not conscious, cognizant of all the calories we're consuming or what we're consuming.
Absolutely.
The energy drinks,
Yes.
our hours now have gone from a 40-day work week to now an 80-day.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
we're busy parents. Like, I'm a single mom running around like crazy.
Yes.
And we preach all the time on this show how important it is to slow it down.
Right.
And when you need to take care of yourself, take care of yourself.
Sometimes we need to remember we should practice what we preach.
Yes.
And I'm the biggest.
Are you?
I don't always do that, but I should.
I think we're going to take a vow today, all three of us.
Yes.
We're going to go on camera, on record. We're going to start
Practice what we preach.
That's right,
It's going
self-care.
to be tough, but I'm going to try it.
So check out that fast track on
Yep.
for McLaren Flint. And like you said too, Lisa, McLaren as a conglomerate, my goodness, sir, how
It's
they
getting
have
big.
grown.
It continues to grow.
And for good reason.
Yes, for great reason. And you're such a part of that. You're such a voice for them. You're out in the community so often and so much. You're always giving of your time to everything that's going on here in Flint, and you're being very, very vocal about the importance that McLaren is making. And the
Well, I feel
difference they're
fortunate,
making.
and I appreciate those words. I feel fortunate. When I came up here 17 years ago with 2 young children and a family, and Grand Blanc became my home, and Flint kind of welcomed our ER group in, and we got to know the community and the medical staff and administration, and we consider ourselves part of the family and part of the team, and so. I think it's part of my role as an emergency physician to get out and do what I can for the community and for the hospital that's made a home for me and my family for the last 17 years. So I feel very fortunate to be here.
Well, you're absolutely right, Lisa. He is an amazing man. He's an amazing brand ambassador for McLaren, McLaren Flint, and McLaren as a whole. And speaking of McLaren Flint and the conglomerate, we've got the Ally Challenge.
This is so exciting. Second year.
Yes.
Second
year.
annual
It is
year.
going to be better than last year, and last year was awesome.
Last year was awesome. Kristen and I had fun last year.
We
Can't
did. So for our listeners and viewers who don't know, Ally Challenge is it's the semi-pro golf. I mean, it's a pro golf.
It's the senior tour.
Senior tour.
It's the senior tour.
And they brought it back to Warwick Hills, what has formerly been the Buick Open,
Right.
which has not been around for some time.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they brought it back last year, sponsored by McLaren. It's called the Ally Challenge. And like Lisa said, what an amazing day. Now we're looking at year 2.
Yep.
Here we go. Tell us a little bit about the dates and what we can look to expect.
Well, we're very excited to have the folks from the senior tour and the Ally of Financial Services and, of course, the McLaren sponsorship the week of September 9th through the 15th.
It's coming up.
There's going to be a whole bunch of activities during the week. There's going to be a lot of pro-ams. There's going to be some celebrity golf going on with some yet-to-be-named celebrities.
Us.
I heard a rumor that Jack Nicklaus is going to be there. And I heard a rumor that Kid Rock is going to be there. But, these are rumors, and I can't confirm, and I certainly don't know the times. But when I talk to Kid Rock later today, I'll make sure he's coming.
Thank you. And can you give him my number, please? Thank you.
And
Tell him to text.
And then the actual tournament itself will be Thursday the 12th through Sunday the 15th.
Oh, good. Okay.
And there's going to be all kinds of activities. I'm very fortunate that McLaren Flint's going to sponsor a first aid tent there all day on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for patrons or people that might need some medical care.
Well, I was going to ask if I could skip my annual physical and just hit the tent.
Sure.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
We'll
Thank
have
you.
everything set
All right.
up. Yeah.
And I'm going to fast track it so you know when I'm arriving.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
going to be great. And on Friday night after dinner, after the tournament's over for that day, there's going to be a family fun night
good.
for all kinds of stuff for kids and their families to do free of charge. Saturday night's going to be another concert, if you will, at Warwick, and we got Dierks Bentley.
So last year was Big and Rich, remember?
That was so fun.
This year
Yeah.
is another country superstar, Dierks Bentley.
Yeah, at 8 o'clock, he's going to start. And at 6:30 that day, there's going to
Yes.
be some local warm-up bands. I'm told they're going to start off
great.
the festivities, if you will. It's going to be a great show. And then
Kid Rock.
That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. I don't think he's playing, but I heard he's playing golf.
Oh, my goodness.
And I heard he's a pretty good golfer.
How exciting.
But Jack Nicklaus is going to be there.
And actually, you're going to be, because what is your role there?
Well, they've asked me for the second year to be available as a course physician. And so what I've done is worked with McLaren to make my services available on the course and via cell phone should any of the pros or the caddies or the staff from the tour need some medical care. And we're going to make sure that they feel a healthcare presence at this event because McLaren's such a big sponsor. But I think it works perfect.
So if I was in that role, I would say, Jack, can you come here for a minute?
Yeah.
Can I check?
me
We're going to
check
have
you
to
out.
check you out. Yeah, there. Let me check your knee.
Jack
Well-
Nicklaus is just he's growing up. I had 3 brothers and a dad who were avid golfers. So Jack Nicklaus, that name to me just brings back
yeah.
some. It's home. It's home. It's almost a little hero there.
But-
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I
Lisa-
mean, he is amazing.
Last year, who were you rooting for? See, I'm not a big golf connoisseur. I know Tiger and I know the big names. But last year, who was it? It was from Mexico, the golfer from Mexico.
Yes. I can't.
I should remember
But
who
he
won,
did
but
wonderful.
I didn't.
He
'cause I was
did
having
wonderful.
Too much
We
fun
saw
watching
him. We saw him make a great putt. Yes.
So we were fortunate enough to be at the 18th hole. So we
Yes.
were so
Yes.
excited to watch those final shots and the final putt. It was exciting. So this year, I have no
Gonna be
doubt
a
it'll
ton
be
of
another
preparation,
beautiful.
So
all
great.
kinds of fun stuff going on. It's going to be a great tournament. And I think, and don't hold me to this, but they're estimating we could have near 20,000 people
Wow.
coming and going over the course of that week. And again, that's an estimate, but that's a lot of support for the city, a lot
It
of
is.
support for all the good activities that we're going to have there, and it's going to be a great time. So we're looking forward to everybody coming out and watching the pros, the senior pros play.
Do their
And
thing.
to see some celebrities and have some good food and see a lot of really cool events.
That's the other thing. The food is off the charts.
Yes. It's
gonna be great.
Amazing.
Now, do you know what players are going to be there as of yet?
You know,
I don't
I'm
know if they've
sure
announced that.
somebody's
yet.
got a list somewhere
Yeah,
that this,
yeah.
the guys from that tour have already committed, I'm
They-
sure.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know exactly who the names are, but I guarantee it'll be published soon for everybody in the
I know-
public to see.
I know
who's
last year
gonna be there.
it was a who's
I mean,
who
they had some big
roster.
names there
Yeah,
last year.
They did.
You know, they had
sure did.
Vijay Singh was there, who was one of
Yes.
my favorites growing up. And,
Incredible.
Great.
you know, and I just love watching him swing the club. And, you know, a lot of great golfers show up, and it's a beautiful course. Warwick Hills is an outstanding golf course.
Breathtaking. And it's
Yeah.
a tough one, too.
Yeah.
And that 18th hole, I heard, is one of the
Yeah.
toughest. Have you golfed it?
Oh yeah, well, if you call it golf, I hit the ball into the woods, and then I take another ball out of my bag and hit it in the water, and eventually get down the fairway until the turn where I can get a hot dog and a beer, and then that's my idea of playing golf.
Well, let me tell you, Dr. Rudoni, if you need some golf cart drivers, we're your
Okay.
girls.
There you go.
All right.
We're
There you go.
professional drivers.
Perfect.
So we're hoping to be driving some of those senior
That's
pros
right.
around
That's
There you go.
on September 9th through 15th. So we expect a lot of information going out soon from Ally and McLaren on this event.
We
and
will share that. Yes.
Yes,
We can't-
exactly who's going to play.
we can't wait to see you there, and we cannot wait to be there and cover it all.
Going to be fun.
It's going to be amazing. So, Dr. Ray Rudoni, you know, emergency room medical director, and let's talk about this real quickly before we end. That emergency room ER, that's no easy task, sir. It's
Well,
no easy task.
You know, there's lots of ERs in this country. There's lots of hospitals in this country, and it's one of those specialties that you kind of embrace when you're in medical school, and you do your training, and you get out and you learn as you go, and you're fortunate to find doctors and nurses and people you want to work with. And I think McLaren Flint's a great spot to have this profession and to be part of a great team of ER providers.
And, you know, we had an RN nurse, beautiful RN nurse from Hurley on, and she was talking about kind of the tenure of an emergency room, whether it's a nurse or a PA. She was talking, it's on average about 5 years, but will you correct that?
Well, you know, I'm not sure. I know as physicians, we train in this specialty, and the vast majority of us spend our entire career in this specialty. And at times it's challenging, but at times it's very rewarding.
You
And
have
I
to think quickly.
Yeah, and it's you know, it's like every job. It has its pluses and its minuses, its benefits, its pros and cons, if you will. But I think at the end of the day, you feel like you got something accomplished when you went home and helped people. And I think that's what we went into the business for, is to help people.
And that's why we love and adore you, Dr. Rudoni,
absolutely.
because you are such an amazing man, and you sincerely care inside and outside of the hospital.
Absolutely.
You can see some physicians that leave and kind of turn the switch off and have to shut it down, but you're always the same person anywhere
Always.
you
Well,
go.
I appreciate that. I mean, we all have our bad days, but I try to minimize those.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you certainly can't take a frown to work, because that's not what sick people want to see.
That's right.
That's right. And there's so much anxiety going
Yeah.
into there, and you know, they're scared. So to see you as kind of one of their first faces, you or the staff was amazing. I'm speaking from testimony. It's really comforting and calming. So thank you for all you do for all of
Yes.
us.
Thank
It's an
you.
honor and a
Thank you.
privilege
Thank
to have you on.
Appreciate it.
All right, McLaren Flint, check them out. Them out for their fast track program, that upcoming Ally Challenge. McLaren as a conglomerate all over. I
Yep.
mean, just in an incredible
Yes.
place and organization. So thank
See you on the
you.
golf course.
Yes.
See you on the
yes.
golf course.
We
Yep, a lot of fun.
love you. A big thank you to Dr. Ray Rudoni. Thank you, Lisa Metropolis. Thank you to our audience, our viewers, and our listeners. This has
And
been
Zach.
Oh, and Zach, our producer.
Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome, Zach. This has been Kaiba Health and Life.